Contact us to avail the combo offer of General Studies and Public Administration optional with 20% discount.
So first article, what is the new framework to share financial data? Now this particular framework called as Account Aggregators Framework. Account Aggregators Framework, it was released on 2nd September by RBI. So let us understand first what is this account, who is account aggregator and how does it work. Okay, so yes, let me give you some example. Let us suppose this is Mr. A and Mr. A is having accounts in different banks, suppose 2 banks. Okay, and there is one entity, financial entity will be called as account aggregators, which will receive license from RBI to be called as account aggregator. It can be any bank, NBFC or even private company, for example like virtual payment, we can say company like PhonePe is there, Paytm is there, Google Pay is there, right? So they will be acting as a account aggregators. Now account aggregators will have the data of Mr. A, financial data. Okay, so what will happen when Mr. A will seek, suppose loan, from bank 1, suppose this is SBI, suppose this is Punjab National Bank. Okay, but SBI, while deciding on this loan, does not know complete financial information about A and his credit worthiness, because only this bank account related data is having, this SBI is having that data only, but not the data regarding the finances with PNB. Okay, so for improving the data or awareness or taking the aware decision by this bank while giving the loan to Mr. A, the data from all banks and all financial information of Mr. A is required. For that purpose, what this bank will do is it will contact account aggregator. It will contact account aggregator and ask all the financial information of Mr. A. It will ask all the financial information of Mr. A, and this information will be given by account aggregator to bank as a service provider. But that account data or financial data of Mr. A, how this account aggregator is going to receive? With the permission of Mr. A. When Mr. A is giving permission to collect all data related to financial data of Mr. A, all related to all transactions, the earlier loans and their repayments, EMI transactions and their compliance, right? So this Mr. A will provide permission, then account aggregator will store that data, and whenever required it will provide these services to different banks, right? So this is how it is going to work here. This is not only related to financial data, but yes, there can be insurance entity also, like provident fund. So provident fund related data is there, or different kind of, let's say, entities where financial transactions are done by Mr. A. So that data will be stored by the account aggregator and will be provided as one point source to different financial institutions whenever they are required, right? So in this manner this is going to work here. What is account aggregator? Just now we have understood. It can be any financial entity or any company also, any bank also, which will receive some license under this framework from the RBI, right? So, and how it will work, just now we have understood. Now what are the benefits? What are the benefits? First thing is that to get the credit worthiness of individuals seeking loans, credit from the banks or financial institutions. So up till now what used to happen is the credit worthiness was decided from the PAN accounts, or we can say that even there were many credit score rating agencies are there who are, let's say, coming at a credit score of an individual, but that was on the basis of limited information. That was on the basis of limited information, and because of that the credit worthiness, the actual picture of the credit worthiness of that individual was not known here. So this will improve that aspect. Second aspect we should understand in terms of benefits is that the tailor-made products in terms of credit or loan or insurance will be provided, given to individuals on the basis of past financial history of the individual. Suppose the individual is working, or let's say in the past has worked out in a certain particular sector, investment in certain particular sector, let's say for housing sector, or suppose for buying new car, right? So a tailor-made product will be given to that individual on the basis of information that bank is receiving, right? The third important aspect is that we can say that feasibility of having digital data at one point source. That means even individual can have or access to this their own digital data at one point source itself. So it is a good thing for the individuals also, right? So it is win-win situation for all of these different stakeholders involved here. Now, what are the challenges involved in implementation here? The first and foremost challenge is regarding the right to privacy, and we can say that data protection, because there is always concern regarding data theft or the third party, let's say, taking that data away from the storage illegally, right? So for that purpose the right to privacy of the individuals is affected. Under this particular framework there are two aspects or safety measures. One is that all the data transfer will be in encrypted form. This will be in encrypted form, and this is good thing to ensure the data privacy. Second is that the data rights belong to individual. So individual can at any time ask the account aggregator to delete their own data. This is also good thing, right to be forgotten. It is important aspect of data protection and right to privacy. The second aspect is that the willingness of individuals to provide data. This is also aspect, and at the same time whether the banks will feel hesitant to share the data with the account aggregators, that we have to see in near future. But we can understand that in future all the banks will come at the on board in this particular framework and participate. So participation by the banks as well as willingness of individuals to provide data, that remains to be a challenge. How it is going to unfold in future, we will see into it. Okay, so in this manner we should understand this aspect. What is account aggregator, what is the framework, what are the measures especially related to the challenges related to data protection and right to privacy, how it is going to benefit different stakeholders. So straightforward question, what do you understand by account aggregator? With reference to account aggregator framework announced by RBI, discuss the benefits of account aggregators and challenges involved in its implementation. Right? Yes.